Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot by Cherie. Let's get started on today's reading and see what uplifting, beautiful messages Spirit may have for us. All right, let's have a look at the cards. The first card up is the Ten of Swords. So guys, some of you are coming away from this Tower moment. You're at the tail end of it now. All right, you have the potential to hold on to this ending, or you can work on yourself, which will get rid of these past, baggagey emotions that you're going to carry around if you choose to hold on to this matter with this masculine. All right, so something happened, it didn't work. Just know, I know it's easier said than done, guys, but if this is you and you're coming out of a relationship, I understand it's painful. We've all been there, but it wasn't meant to be, okay? So sometimes we go through these things to learn a lesson or get a teaching or give a teaching, whatever, and, we make up space for something new, something beautiful, something we're meant to have, okay? But we have to get the lesson first. The lessons help us in our future with decision making and, giving more thought to how we want to handle things, and therefore creating a way to make our relationships last longer, to make them more meaningful, to treat each other in a different way that is more beneficial, right? Okay, so moving on, we have you guys as the star, okay? I'm supposed to tell you when this card shows up, guys, that this is you. You are the star and you are being looked at, okay? You're probably, if you're on social media, you guys might be hearing about galactics and that we are currently getting some help from other more advanced alien people, persons, whatever you want to call them, okay? There's a lot of chatter about this online, all right? I don't want to freak people out. This isn't a scare thing. There's nothing to be afraid of, okay? Just let me tell you, I totally think that this is happening. I've always thought that in this vast multiple universal place that we live in, we cannot be the only life form. I always thought that was very small-minded for anyone to think that way, right? So we're moving into this 5D. I always feel like it's my position here to help you guys wake up, go from 3D into 5D and make it a less fearful, smoother transaction. That's where we're headed, guys. I hope I've helped a lot of you in this transition. There is going to be a lot of gifts coming from the universe in a short amount of time. And when the financial gifts start flowing, I have other priorities that I'm going to be doing, I think. Maybe I'll do an occasional reading for you guys, but I don't think when this occurs, and we're all going to see finances, I don't think when it occurs, I'm going to continue with tarot reading, okay? I have, not more important, I don't want to say, but I have bigger things that I want to conquer with my money. I want to do humanitarian projects. All right, so I am seeing that you guys are to be getting ready for a new start, a new beginning. Okay, this is going to be totally different than what you've been accustomed to. All right, a lot of you are still holding on to 3D, holding on to the past, thinking that nothing's going to change, and all the positivity that you've heard about in the past didn't come through. It didn't happen. And because you don't want to feel disappointment, you're not allowing yourself. Excuse me, guys. I notice all the podcasters that I listen to are suffering with throat issues, choking when they're talking. And, I truly believe these are factions that are trying to shut us up because they're done. This war has been won by us, by the good people, not the evil people that have been here for, since the beginning of time. All right, so we are going to have 1,000 years of peace. I know I keep going on about this. I'm just so excited, guys. Let's get to this reading. All right, so I'm seeing the focus. You're going to be very focused on this brand new, beautiful start that you are going to be feeling joy over, feeling different emotions than what you're used to feeling. With that being said, I'm seeing there's going to be a very serious commitment to your finances, okay? Now, I don't want you to look at this like, you know, why is there so many people talking about money right now? There's no money there, and we're losing our homes. People are passing away, right? There's a lot of craziness, weather issues, weather things, earthquakes. We've never seen anything like what we're seeing, but just know that source is in the mix, okay? Source is doing things that I don't think have ever been done before, all right? But just know that there is a commitment to your financial stability. This is going to bring in freedom, these finances, guys. This is going to bring in freedom for all of us, because we will no longer have to beg to, you know, from these programs that offer us a penance, and if you don't live in a tent in your backyard, you make too much money to get on these programs. That's all going away. You are going to have so much that you won't be able to spend it, okay? Because the cost of living is going to drop with all these robots that are manufacturing goods for us. Yes, we're going to lose jobs, but we're going to have money. We won't, that'll be a choice. You'll have a choice whether or not you want to work. All right, so let's get into this reading further, guys, and see what other beautiful messages we have today. We have the Strength card next to the Sun, okay? Two very powerful cards in this layout. All right, so something is coming in very quick. They want you to be worried about one thing right now, or I shouldn't say worried. I don't want you to worry. But they want you to be concerned about one thing right now, because this is going to bring in your super strength, okay? Your super gifts that you have that are coming online, have been coming online. But as we receive these solar storms more and more so, they're bringing in codes to your body, to your DNA. You are getting stronger in your you know, these gifts that you carry. You're very strong, intuitive abilities, but what they want you to focus on is coming into your authentic self. That's all you need to do right now. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. The past is gone. 3D is in the past, guys. You can just make a choice to stop doing all the things that you did while you were in the past 3D, you know, everything before today, how things worked, how you got plugged in, who was able to push your buttons, all the things you used to worry about, you know, that's your past now. Now I just want you to focus on your future. Focus on every little positive thing you can focus on that will help you to step out of 3D. I'm seeing a lot of joy and happiness coming in for Aquarius. You stuck it out. You saw it through. You came back here at this time, Aquarius, to be the lighthouse. And the lighthouse you are. And you are being seen. Spirit is seeing what you're doing, okay? And they've been walking alongside you your whole life. So that is why, no matter how hard or difficult of a situation you saw yourself through, you were never alone. You were never alone. You always got through. You always made it through. And even though, you know, like I said, these things seemed like you were alone during the course of your life, you felt alone. Maybe, you know, you didn't have parents in your life for whatever reason. Maybe they passed. Maybe your siblings and you were fighting. Maybe for whatever reason, you were really feeling alone. You were never alone, okay? You were never alone. All right, so this is why you made it up until this point, okay? All right, so we're going to talk also at the end of the reading, if I recall. I always forget. I'm going to try not to, guys. About, I know a lot of you are dealing with, because we all are, a lot of you are dealing with loved ones passing away, neighbors, friends. A ton of people are going away, okay? We're going to touch on that at the end of the reading because I want to hopefully give you guys a little solace in that, maybe help some of you through that, all right? But let's continue here. I'm seeing something with a rebalancing, all right? And I'm picking up on two feminines here. So your sisters, you look to be like sisters. You could be good friends, but I'm getting this could even be mother and daughter, actually, okay? Mother and daughter, all right? I'm seeing a growth spurt in both of you, actually. I'm seeing changes. These are, I don't know why I heard structural changes, so maybe changes around the house or changes structurally, like how you always got along in the past. How you built things, how your relationship, what it was built on. The transformation you're going through now is changing things between the two of you. It's changing the dynamics. It's changing the emotions, and it's making you become lighter in your thought processes about one another, okay? So maybe before you just couldn't see eye to eye at all. I'm seeing a different set of emotions here between the two of you. I'm seeing you happy. I'm seeing a calmness. This transformation that you're both going through is, you know, doing you both a world of good, and it has to do with your frequencies. Your frequencies are rising at different levels at different times, but they're both rising in both of you enough that you are seeing things in truly a different light, okay? So just know, I know I put these in the wrong spot. Just know that from now on in, things are going to be different for the two of you. And, you know, this is making you happy. It's making you both happy that things are changing because you really feel like you need each other, okay? Especially during these times, right? All right, there is some kind of announcement coming that is going to be a victory, okay? This is going to be music to your ears, Aquarius, okay? And I see that others are going to share in this victory that you're going to have. It's going to open up opportunities, and you will have multiple options as far as what to choose and which way to go. So I touched on this yesterday. Here are your, you know, two different paths, possibly more. All right, we talked about the paths yesterday, that no longer, Aquarius, are you just subject to choosing, having a new path come into play or choosing that one new path. Now you will have multiple paths because you are a dimensional being, okay? I don't want to get too deep into the spiritual aspects of things because there's, you know, still a lot of people on the channel who just are coming here for readings. But I have to tell you guys, I'm more than just a reader, okay? There's a lot of things going on in the world that I am helping people move through and understand. And a lot of you might be going through a fearful time right now because of the things that you're hearing. And, you know, my suggestion is nothing is as it seems. We are going through a informational war. It is good against evil, but we have won. And you're watching an old guard, an old program, if you will, disintegrate, totally disintegrate. I mean, we are going to be rebuilding from scratch everything because everything we've been told is a lie and everything's been inverted. All right. So here I see that you guys, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a lot of happiness and joy, guys. And this is all around what is to come in the future. You are manifesting this. And I'm getting the whole thing about dimensions again. Sorry to say, you know, I think some of you understand this, okay? We are dimensional beings, and we have, like, I don't know how to explain it really, but there's more than one of each of us, and we are in different dimensions at different times, okay? Some of us are star seeds, helping galactics right now do away with this old programming and helping to bring us into the fifth dimension with their technologies that are going to be off the charts, okay? Technologies that you've never heard of, I promise, that are going to allow you to live like the Jetsons or a Star Trek kind of life. And they're already coming out, guys. I've seen the flying cars. I'm not seeing them flying around over my home or in my neighborhood, but they are testing them. They're done. The robots are done. The robots are being, purchased through, manufacturing companies. We are in the fifth dimension already. So if you don't want to be left behind and live that same unhappy, scared, lacking type of lifestyle, I urge you to take that leap and start focusing on the positive, okay? That's all you need to do. Come into your authentic self, start paying attention to what is, the positivity that's coming through. Look it up, look things up for yourself, do your homework. All right, let's get back to the reading. I'm just very excited today, so I keep drifting. I apologize for that, guys, but I am seeing happiness because you are coming into a time that's going to be so different and promising. And it's going to bring joy and happiness like you've never imagined. All right. You are going to feel independent for the first time in your life. Like those of you who are maybe feeling a little dependent on the programs, like welfare, or, you might be needing help with food, housing. And that's okay because you paid into that. You should be able to take advantage of those things when necessary, when you need them. But you're going to come out of that now. You are going to be completely and not dependent on another woman or another man. It's going to be all you, and it's going to be a fantastic feeling that now when you choose someone to love, you choose someone to come into your life, it isn't going to be about this neediness. It's going to be about true love. All right. And this is going to bring happiness to families and more security and happiness and a much calmer way of being with each other also. Okay. Those of you who have gone through, feeling left out in the cold, people have gotten over on you. People have stabbed you in the back, okay? That is third dimension. You are beyond that now. What do you do to step out of that third dimension? You start manifesting by thinking positive thoughts. Stay in a state of gratefulness every day. Remind yourself of what you're grateful for and focus on every little positive piece of information that you come across, okay? Even if it doesn't touch your life as of yet, know that it's positive and it's going to in the very near future. All right, guys, let's move forward. I'm seeing something here. This is for my singles. All right, I see you're going to be very focused on this spectacular person who is going to be coming into your life, and just know that everything from this day on is about what you're manifesting, because you are, with your frequency now that is being raised, and your DNA that is being changed back to its original blueprint. Your brain that you've been using, 10% of, is opening up to more so a bigger brain. Have you guys gone through that brain spurt or whatever where you've had a couple days where you're so on it, like you are so on your job, your craft, you're just feeling super smart, like you have all the answers and they're coming so quick, right? Because your mind, your pineal gland is opening. It was calcified before. Now it's becoming decalcified, and you are starting to use more of your brain power, guys. It's simply amazing. This is why you agreed to come back here, Aquarius, at this time, because it wasn't to do more of the same. Trust me. It was to start living this amazing, fantastical life that actually we were always meant to live. But, you know, this program that was designed for us, that had us thinking we weren't abundant super beings, they did that on purpose so they could take advantage of us and take our abundance away and keep us working for them so they can build their mansions and have what we were supposed to have the whole time. All right, but I do see, again, I'm getting back to this special person for those of you who are single. All right, those of you who are single, I'm seeing and feeling many of you are upset because you're feeling alone and you're feeling like, you know, nothing has worked out for you in the past the way you would have wanted it to. You've not yet had that special person who really truly loves you and has your back and respects you. Okay, now remember, guys, when you meet this person, you have to be respectful as well. If you want respect, of course you have to give it. And the minute you cross that line, right, the next time you have a disagreement of sort, I don't know what happens to us, but we just want to go over the last red line and it gets worse and worse. Have you noticed that one person you were with, or two relationships where you fought dirty, you fought nasty, and each time you had a fight, you went over that line a little bit more, right? You just wanted to hurt them a little bit more, or vice versa, right? That's how it worked in the past. But now you're vibrating so high, you know you're all about kindness and you will never lower yourself to that standard again. So what's coming, guys, is just positivity for you. Positivity, okay? Also, financial abundance, not just financial abundance, but other types of things. You are going to be fruitful. You are going to have a lot of everything, all of your desires. You're going to have a lot of them. You're going to have a lot of choices. You're going to be able to get that beautiful home you've always dreamt of, and you're going to have that beautiful automobile, the one that is your favorite, not the one that you can afford, because you're going to be able to afford that car and that home that you've always wanted, okay? But you're not going to be single for much longer. That's what I just heard, guys. I'm going to end on this note. All right, I do readings. If you're interested, I also do phone readings now. You can get me on the phone. Maybe you just want some advice or you want to bounce some things off me. Either way, to see what my services are, click on the description below the video and you can email me. Guys, apart from that, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay hopeful and positive.